354. Tiger spoke this week about what makes the Masters special for him.
This tournament has meant so much to me in my life and my family. I think I've been playing here for 29 years now. It's been a part of my life. My first major as a pro, hugging my dad as you saw, and then full circle in 19 to hug my son. It has meant a lot to my family.
It's 76 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention. Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time. What time is it? Showtime. Prime time.
It's XL Prime Time. Featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now?
Welcome in. The 2 o'clock hour is here. The Masters is underway after a lengthy weather delay earlier today. 2.5 hours they had to wait before they hit the ceremonial tee shots, which I love the fact that the ceremonial tee shot was when? At 10:10. That's right, 10:10 on the dial with Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Tom Watson. So that's worth a little Modelo yellow as we get ready for our Thursday right here on XL Primetime. Welcome in. We hang out with you from now until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's just about the time Tiger Woods is going to tee off. And so we're going to keep an eye on the leaderboard. Of course, you're going to have leaderboard updates throughout the afternoon. Big news earlier, Orenthal James Simpson passing away, has died of cancer at the age of 76. So we definitely will touch on that. We got some college football notes to get into, including Big Sirs. You got Lewis Oliver. That's a Miami Cane bringing a Florida Gator great onto the program, Lewis Oliver, in about a half hour's time.
Yeah, we can cohabitate.
That's right, you can.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
Good, no good, right?
Yeah. Good,
Yeah. That is basically it. Great recognized great. And Lewis Oliver back in the day was one of the great ones at the University of Florida, that's for sure. Coming out of the Josh Allen announcement yesterday, we started thinking about who that next guy is. So we'll set up our X poll very simply. Now that Josh has got his bag, who's the next guy worthy of that second contract? And you really only have the 3 choices that are second-round picks in Tyson Campbell and in Walker Little. And then you have Andre Sisco. And then you could throw Travis Etienne.
Excluding Trevor.
Yeah. Just not name Trevor.
Not name Trevor, absolutely.
Yeah, because if you're going to name the next guy that's either worthy of a contract or, heck, may even get the contract, it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. And so we will definitely dig into that. Matter of fact, you said the Ozone on Jaguars.com.
Yeah, Johnny O recently wrote on Jaguars.com that he believes Trevor's deal will get done this offseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And why wouldn't it? It's you're saving a lot of money by doing that.
Right. And that's the crapshoot, the roll of the dice, however you want to describe it, it's always going to be that way. Have you seen enough that tells you that this guy is the guy that's going to lead you to the football promised land? And would you rather pay him now, which is going to be a little cheaper, and you can start paying the freight to have Trevor Lawrence wear 16 on your football team? Or do you say, hey, wait a minute, man, you need to clean up those turnovers. We need to get a little more consistency out of you before we start throwing bread your way.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see what the public says, even the locker room says about it, because in Josh Allen's contract that he well-deserved, I mean, we saw the impact of what he did last year.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, signing Trevor earlier will cost us little, but is he really worthy of the contract right now?
Well,
I mean, the back half of 2022 was probably the best he played in a Jaguar uniform.
Yeah, rock solid.
I will say this. You clearly see that he's got what it takes. That's number one. Number two, he needs to get better. I'm not taking any responsibility off his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
They also need to get better around him.
Yeah.
So I think it's multiple entry points there as far as his progression, but you also have to look at it as he's got it. He's got what it takes to be a good to potentially great starter in this league. All right? So save some money, get the deal done, and then move forward with it instead of taking a chance like you took a chance on Josh Allen, right? How much money? How much did that cost them, by the way?
Well, maybe it cost them another probably $8 million per.
At least
Another $8 million per.
And then how much guaranteed did it cost them?
Probably another maybe 15, 20.
Right.
Per.
So that's kind of my point.
Yeah.
Is,
See,
look,
I don't think I'd go $8 million more each.
I know, but still, it costs them money. So my whole point is this: is you know what you have in him.
Yeah.
Get him at the price you can get him at now, instead of him coming up this year and all of a sudden throwing 38 touchdown passes. Then it's like you were at his mercy.
It gets
then.
pricey.
Well, the reason why I would say per, because I was under the notion that I don't think he should have got paid more than Nick Bosa. All right, Nick Bosa makes what $28 million a year.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that maybe Josh Allen gets somewhere between the 22, 20, 25, something like that, whatever. But then Brian Burns comes around and makes 30.
Yeah.
And then all of a
That
sudden,
changed
and so
everything.
the whole Josh Allen camp was
Right.
like, oh, hey, listen, Brian Burns goes.
That's the bar.
Yeah, Brian Burns is absolutely the bar. And I had more sacks than him. I had double the sacks he
My
had.
career's better than his career.
Absolutely. So that may be the whole situation with Trevor. As much as we want Trevor to play well, if you don't pay him now, he goes out there and this season he goes 35-10. It takes us to the AFC Championship game. Oh, that might cost us another $50, $100.
Yeah.
Had they signed Josh last year? I mean, he's $20 million, $21 million?
Okay, here's another one. When Tua gets his
Guaranteed
deal,
of what? 40 million guaranteed, maybe?
I-
If you sign him at $21 million for 4 years, and so that's 84 if my University of Florida math is correct,
right?
right? And then you're going to give him $40 million guaranteed.
50, maybe 50.
50?
Yeah, maybe 50.
I mean, you're saving $30 million guaranteed right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's just put it out there. And here's the other part of it: Tua, when Miami makes the decision to go and pay him, okay, this guy's just sitting out there. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, the other two guys have gotten their contracts out of that draft class. Those were 3 of the top 6 guys that were drafted. Tua, at the very least, has proven, I would think, with this last year, that he is worthy. How much is he going to get paid? Would you rather get in line after Tua gets paid? Because Trevor came into the league after, a year later. But Miami chose to wait a year later because the concussion concerns that Tua had. That's why they didn't ink him last offseason.
Right, and that's seriously a significant concern.
Yeah. Yes.
Because that can get you out of the league quickly. Yeah. But the point is here's the thing, it's a cost of doing business. If you have a quarterback that you believe has the traits, whether he showed it or not yet, it's a cost of doing business.
Right.
You almost have to sign him early because the better he gets, the more it's going to cost you.
Yeah. And look, if it's just like anything else, is whatever you break ground, you're going to build a house, you're going to tell everybody what it's going to be, and there's a price for it, and then you build it, and it looks beautiful, and it's grand, and all this. They can walk in it, then of course the price is going up, all that type of stuff. You can come up with any kind of analogy, but the bottom line is that he's got to prove that he can fix the turnovers, but he also, to Matt's point, and I think we've all made this point at one point or another, probably a bunch. That there just wasn't enough good around him. He became a little rushed, maybe even a little paranoid in the backfield because there was absolutely, it felt like, zero time to get the ball out.
Well, here's the thing: organizationally, there's no real payoff. If Trevor goes out and plays well, you got to pay him. If Trevor goes up and stinks up the joint, who else are you going to go get?
Right.
So where's the real trade-off? The W's and L don't equate to
they know
the money that he's going to get anyway.
Well, if they don't pay him and he stinks it up, you get another quarterback. Because that's what they do now in the NFL.
Pay him
in the NFL, you let people go quick now.
I'm trying to be an optimist now. If they do pay him, and he stinks it up, then you're going to look crazy. You're going to look like the Giants and Daniel Jones. They essentially paid him because they took him to the playoffs, and then after they paid him the money, he was pedestrian.
And they're getting ready to sign another quarterback.
Absolutely. So I mean, the trade-off is.
But it's so funny. Not all of them do it like that.
They don't.
This is the newest trend, and it's only happened in a couple of cities where they said goodbye to Trey Lance because they had Brock Purdy, and they've now said goodbye to Justin Fields because they got Caleb Williams, and very few of them have been able to do that. They're going to say goodbye to Daniel Jones because there's a deep enough draft class where they think they can go get that quarterback. But it's still very tough because there aren't enough guys at that position walking into the NFL room, let's call it, ready to go ball. Heck, even right now, we're casually second-guessing and wondering, is Jaden Daniels all of that? Can he translate to the next level? Is Drake May mature enough to not be a mistake-prone cat? All these things are coming up right now. As
Well,
we
here's
get closer.
another problem too is the most recent history of this happening is the Bengals paid Burrow, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
The Chargers paid Herbert, then he
ends
completely imploded as a team,
and he ends up getting hurt at the end.
Yeah, and he got hurt in the end as well. So there's no doubt it's a risk, but also they paid Burrow, they paid Herbert. They both know what they got with those two quarterbacks. Those are two guys that can win a Super Bowl with the right people around.
Yeah.
Well, what if Trevor says whatever? I mean, just because they think they don't get a deal done in the offseason doesn't mean Trevor's going to comply. What if Trevor says, that may not be enough? I want to bet on myself like Josh did, have a great season, and then maybe you got to come to the table with me or a little bit more. Everybody thinks that Trevor's going to just say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to comply." But what if Trevor says, "No, I want to work out this season, have a great season, and ask for the money in the barrel."
Right.
$55 million annually.
Hey.
Plus, how much of that would be guaranteed?
Well,
maybe all of it.
We were throwing this out.
85% of it.
Yeah, we were throwing this out yesterday. You threw out one of the numbers. If it is, let's just say,
I was going with what?
250.
Yeah, 4 years, 250, 200 million guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Okay. And it may need to be north of that.
It may be.
Yeah. All right. So you guys hit the text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. RJ, throw out the X poll because now that we'll go ahead and set it up for us.
Yes, the X poll question brought to you by Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. Now that Josh Allen has gotten paid, who do you feel is the next man on the Jacksonville Jaguars worthy of getting a contract extension? Not named Trevor Lawrence. That's up right now on X. Search at 1010XL.
All right, real simple to do it. Definitely do it. Now, I couldn't wait to see balls in the air today. And so we're going to keep an eye on the leaderboard. You're going to hear the leaderboard updates. But I'm just looking at some of this stuff. It's so funny. We come into TPC Sawgrass, Week of the Players, Stadium course, and what do? We see some low numbers posted earlier, and we're like, man, this course is soft. This course is soft. Well, even with high winds, which I thought would kind of counteract the rain that was falling, because when rain falls, you can basically find a softer golf course that you can aim right at the pins if you know how to play Augusta and be a little more aggressive. I thought the winds would negate that just a little bit. Anyway, they are just throwing darts at these pins right now. You've got guys that you may or may not know anything about that keep moving up and down this leaderboard. Eric Van Rooyen, who I think is a really talented South African, who had moved it to 4 under at one point, loses a shot at 14, and so he's sitting right there at 3 under. But Ben An, who has never won on the PGA Tour, is at 4 under par. Ryan Fox, who has never won on the PGA Tour, is at 5 under par. Fox is a guy that came over from New Zealand, and he's been on tour this year and has done okay. But I can promise you this. There will be first and second day names on the leaderboard that won't be anywhere to be found towards the end. Unfortunately, Ryan Fox is one of those guys. Fox aced 17, first or second day at TPC Sawgrass. Remember that? Seeing that?
Yeah.
It was. I can't remember if it was first or second day. Anyway, he hit a hole-in-one at 17, and then An is a former U.S. amateur champ. He's a really, really good player. He just has not been able to punch and kind of knock down that wall and win on the PGA Tour. Van Rooyen's won a couple of times. You got other guys that are up there.
By the way, my off-the-board pick yesterday?
Yeah,
Zach Johnson.
Yeah.
He's already 3 over through 9.
I thought that one might be a little tough.
We've got a lunch bet on that, and that's RJ's not included in that lunch bet, by the way, because
he eats enough lunch.
He's
RJ.
Why, Leon? Why? 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 What was
because
why?
when I walked in the studio, that's the first thing I saw was a plate of food right next to it. And then you telling us
and then, you ready for this?
Yeah, please, go ahead. No, you tell him, please.
He comes and he says, hey, I'm thinking about going on Awaken 180.
Did!
And while it's a great product.
And I'm happy for it.
You're 28,
Exactly.
I'm saying I'm trying to slim down a little bit, man. Why you gonna hate?
Not hating to get off your hip
No,
pockets.
because, look, you're 28. You're not. When you're 28, you don't lose weight. You just get in shape. You just need to get in shape.
Hey, you get in that open gym.
Go get in an open gym and don't eat after 5, and you'll drop 20 pounds.
I told you what you need to do. I told you to take piggyback rides up the hill.
But this much I know. I know what RJ found because I went into the break room too, and I saw some of them chicken nuggets and French fries, and I couldn't help but go over there and take me a peek too.
I think he hit some of those desserts that Steve brought in too. Did you have any of those cookies, RJ?
No, I stayed away from those.
Be honest, bro.
No, I stayed away from those.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
we'll
that's
find
what your
out if
mouth
you
say.
did.
Your mouth say that. Yeah.
You think my stomach says otherwise, Leon?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so let's get a leaderboard update. We'll keep an eye on everything that's going on up in Augusta. Let's get the X poll cranking. Who is the next man up, worthy of a contract? And basically, when you do vote, give us an idea what you need to see from Tyson Campbell this year, what you need to see from Walker Little, because I do think that has everything to do with the decision you're going to make. Andre Sisco, what does he have to do? You can hit the text line. You can go on X and reply there. Hit any of us at 1010XL Joe C, at Matt Hayes CFB, at Leon Searcy Jr. 1. We'd love to hear from you. It is XL Prime Time.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Now, a Masters Update on 1010XL, brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Last year marked the return of Brooks Koepka, force of nature at majors. A runner-up finish here, a win at the PGA Championship. Now Koepka is back for the green jacket.
No, I feel good. I've worked my tail off over the last, couple, maybe a year and a half. Just get back in shape, make sure everything's right, and we've been going since December, getting ready for this. So yeah, excited to see where I'll be at this week.
Koepka's in the third to last group to tee off at 4:06 Eastern with Brian Harmon and Tom Kim. The weather delay this morning ensuring he will not complete 18 holes today. You're listening to coverage of the 2024 Masters on Westwood One.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com.
The time to buy an emergency generator is before you need it, not when you're sitting in the dark. Storms happen in a hurry in Florida, so be prepared. Protect your family and property with American Electrical Contracting. Call them today, 737-7770.
Oh boy, the Masters is here, Tiger is in the field, and the Live guys are back at the majors again. Mia here, and if you haven't signed up for MyBookie, you need to sign up this week. This is going to be must-see TV, and you can bet long odds for big golf sweats and even bigger cash. Outright winners, first-round leaders, live betting too. I'm telling you, if you haven't signed up yet for MyBookie, do it for Masters Week. Could the weather in Augusta cause some chaos? Take advantage of that. Make some money. Even if the Masters has started, you can still live bet with long odds through Sunday afternoon. Getting started is simple. Sign up today at MyBookie and use promo code 1010XL to secure a first deposit bonus up to 50%. It's simple. Just use promo code 1010XL to claim your 50% bonus, $50 minimum. This is one of the most fun betting weeks of the year, and you can hit winners for long odds. Promo code 1010XL. Bet with MyBookie.
Break free from the old school hassle at All Pro Roofing. They've revolutionized the game. And guess what? No more pressure, hassle, or time meeting with someone face-to-face for a roof quote. Unlock the power of an instant roof quote right from the comfort of your home. Get the information you need when you need it. Explore your roofing options today. Head over to allproofingllc.com. Hit that instant roof quote tab for a free instant roof quote. allproofingllc.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Follow golf's best players and compete against 1010XL and the rest of Duval in fantasy golf. Look at this. Win $1,000 of jewelry from Beard's Diamonds. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors and MyBookie. Enter now at 1010XL.com.
Jacksonville, the ultimate rock experience, Big Engine, is storming into Players Grill Mandarin, known for electric performances at NASCAR events nationwide. Join the Big Engine Freaks Friday, April 12th at 8 p.m. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
We're in Florida and pest problems are persistent. Want them gone? Mission accomplished with Mission Pest Solutions. Veteran and locally owned and operated, Mission Pest will blow your mind with their communication and response time for all your pest, termite, and mosquito needs. Text or call 904-944-PEST. You'll speak directly with the owners. Mention 1010XL when you call 944-PEST. You'll get 25% off your initial pest or termite protection service. Mission accomplished with Mission Pest Solutions.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
DuckDuck is now hiring plumbers. We offer excellent weekly pay, paid holidays, health insurance, 401k, and so much more. Apply now at DuckDuckRooter.com. That's DuckDuckRooter.com and click on the careers page. DuckDuck is an equal opportunity employer.
Hacker here with another unbelievable stat. I'm now down 45 pounds in just 6 weeks with Awaken 180 weight loss. 45 pounds, and I basically just started the program. I wasn't always this walking advertisement for feeling good. Let's just say the struggle was real. Tried everything. Programs, diets, and yes, even those injections. Sure, I lost a few pounds, but the results were so slow. Top that with not feeling myself, coupled with needing shots for the rest of my life? No, thank you. It's not just the 45-pound number. Even though, yeah, that's unbelievable. It's about life, man. I took Little Hack to SeaWorld last week. Walked around all day, no sweat, no being tired. 2 months ago, I would have skipped out on that whole experience. If it's time for you to drop some weight like it was for me, do what I did. Go to awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. It's Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, I'm paying attention to the leaderboard at Augusta. You know that. We're going to keep an eye on it with the 2.5-hour rain delay, weather delay. They pushed Tiger Woods' tee time along with, who is he, Jason Day, and he have Max Homa in his group too, I'm thinking. They are going to go off right at 3:54 this afternoon, so right about the time we are off the air. And we'll see the others that are out on the golf course this afternoon and get an idea of how much they can get in. And remember, it's less than 90 players. Whenever I say this, people freak out. It is the easiest major to win. And you go, what? Joe C., you are nuts. It's the easiest major to win because it's the smallest field. And it welcomes back past champions that can stay there, that can come back longer than the Open, than the PGA. And it's less than 90 players. And so, yeah, it's the easiest one to win. You can debate it if you want. Hit on the text line or on social. All right, so, RJ, let's crank up some NFL music, and let's get to our mock draft. It's Thursday. We count them down. We're doing our mocks. We'll post them on social. You guys can either go for or against. Leon, last week when we posted it, he walked away with the win. I'm not shocked. The man knows ball. And so he got the best grades from the 1010XL Primetime audience. So we're going to do our first 3 rounds. And real quick, sirs, before you jump, how much did the Josh Allen signing change your strategy going into the draft?
It did, not
at all?
much. Not much.
Okay.
I was kind of focused in on what I was going to go after, and I think in this draft I stayed the course.
Okay.
Yeah, I stayed the course.
All right, first round selection, number 17 overall.
All right, first round selection, number 17 overall, offensive tackle from Oregon State, Talalasi Fuanga.
Talaisi Fuanga.
I was a little surprised he was there on my mock draft, but I had to take him.
Yeah.
I'm getting Trevor protection. As much as I wanted to get him a weapon, I got him protection.
Now, this is where we get to get a little debate going, and you guys can jump in and tell us. On YouTube, search 1010XL or on the text line, because we're getting close. We need to spar over some. We need to spar over some of these decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have, at least in my estimation, 3 starters, 2 spots at tackle. You already have 3 starters. You have Walker Little, you have Cam Robinson, and you have Anton Harrison.
Do we?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I say so.
All right. Right now, I think we got 1 starter.
Who is it?
No, Anton.
The guy that with the least experience.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's your argument.
That's my argument.
That's fine.
All right. So this is what I decided to do. Live. I'm going live right now with my guys, okay?
You're going live. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you right now who's available for me. Leatu Latu. Byron Murphy, the big DT from Texas. Troy Fontenot. The tackle/guard from Washington. Kool-Aid McKinstry. I'm going Troy Fontenot. I'm going big.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so you've gone big. Are you ready for this? I think this might be the first time that I've done this entire mock draft season. We've done this, 3-4 weeks now? With the 17th pick overall for your Jacksonville Jaguars. This selection earned me a C+ grade by the mock evaluators. This was the only C+ grade that I got out of my entire mock.
Wow.
But it is JPJ. Jackson, Powers, Johnson.
Going big too.
So I decided to go interior line because you guys have been begging me, and I had a couple of choices. I had Kool-Aid McKinstry still out there. The Brock Bowers opportunity is still appealing. Byron Murphy was still out there, but I went JPJ, interior line. Start him at one of those guard positions. Let him beat out Ezra or learn from Sheriff, and then he immediately comes in and becomes one of those starting positions, and then he takes over from Mitch Morse maybe next season. That's at least how I think most of us are looking at it if they do get JPJ. All right, let's jump to the second round. 48th pick overall, sirs.
All right, with the 48th pick, Jacksonville Jaguars take interior offensive lineman from Kansas State, Cooper Beebe.
Yeah,
there's some BB love on XL Primetime.
I love that.
So I'm going. Listen, it's not. Listen, if this happens in 2 weeks from now on Thursday, it's not going to be a popular pick. You might even get some boos if you go lineman. Absolutely, here in Jacksonville. But you got to protect number 16 at all costs.
Yep. That is straight lineman on lineman love.
It is, absolutely.
All right, this is who's available right now at 48. Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman, Braden Fisk, Ricky Pearsall.
Braden Fisk has definitely gotten a lot of love. He really has.
Cooper Beebe is available.
Are you going to go big as well?
I have said all along from day one I'm going big.
Okay.
All right? And I'm going big. I'm taking Cooper Beebe.
All right, listen, I would never waste 2 rounds of interior offensive linemen, but you did potentially take a future tackle. Okay? You did take a tackle. You did take a potential tackle.
He plays both, right?
Yeah, that plays both positions. But, all right, so here we are. So now we are down to the second round, 48th pick overall, and I decided to go to the cornerback position, which I still think is hugely important for this football team because of the injury questions for Ronald Darby and, for that matter, Tyson Campbell, and not knowing exactly how the nickel position is going to play out. I went with the 48th pick overall out of Athens, the University of Georgia, Kamari Lassiter. I like him. Long, strong, can strike quickly, good coverage skills. So I'm going to put Kamari Lassiter in with that 48th pick. All right, let's go to number 96.
All right, number 96. I'm taking a ball hawk. I'm taking a ball hawk, a safety from the University of Miami, Cameron Kitchens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Listen,
I'm taking Cameron Kitchens in the third round.
Yeah. And so a safety, and let's do the same thing here. You don't know exactly. We're putting the poll out. Is Cisco worthy of another contract? What happens with the fifth-round pick Antonio Johnson from last year? Does he ball out? Is he legit? Is he your future star?
You got to hope those two guys play out.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And does Darnell Savage, does he stay back there and they have to do something else with the nickel?
Right.
All right. So that's a good one, of course.
I mean, because we're going to be playing a 4-2-5.
Right.
And you don't know if it's going to be 3 safeties or 2 corners or maybe 3 corners or 2 safeties. You don't know. It might be a nice combination.
Be 3 corners.
Yeah, I hope it is 3 corners.
That's what you're hoping.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
all right,
it's
so
big
available
nickel.
for me right now is Cam Kitchens, Kalen Bullock, the safety corner from USC, Jalen Wright, the running back from Tennessee. We got to go corner here, fellas. I'm going with Chris Abrams-Drames, Missouri.
Okay. And look, the way they have recruited and put together everything, I got to give them a lot of credit of what they've done in Columbia, Missouri. All right, quickly off the text line, I've got O-line plus O-line equals A++++. I've got O-line. I agree with Big Searcy. Our offensive line has question marks everywhere. So you guys keep it coming. 641-1010. You can hit the text line. One says, problem is they paid Cleveland to start. Otherwise, I'd be with you. And I totally get that as well, because that's what's going to have to happen. And look, I'm all for the fact that they extended him, they traded for him, they gave him a contract. But at the same time, you still need competition to take place. And he may be the starter this year, and then the guy you draft replaces him going forward. All right, my number 96th pick overall. And this guy's a little bit of a crapshoot, but I think he could be a dynamic playmaker in the receiver room, Devontae Walker. Freetez, North Carolina, Tar Heel. Didn't necessarily run fast, but you've seen him get open and make big plays. And so,
man, I'd stay away from him.
He's a stay away for you guy? Why? What's the reason?
I don't know that he's. I don't know. It's size. It's.
Oh, I love it.
He's also. When I saw him playing last year, he didn't seem like a guy that wanted to go over the middle. You know what I mean? You can't be that guy in the NFL. Yeah. You cannot be that guy in the NFL.
That could be a neg. There's no question about it. But it's so funny. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at a couple of other guys that are right there with Tez, and neither one of the other ones that were there, like X-Worthy or any of those other ones, jumped out and said, I got to have that guy over Tez. And I still think that wide receiver room needs some help. All right, so those are our first 3 rounds. You guys can keep hitting it. 641-1010. Tell us what you think of those, and then we'll keep it going with our 4th round and beyond. You got 2 4th-round selections coming up, so we will get into that. We're going to say a little Lewis Oliver. We're going to talk a little spring game, orange and blue, and then we'll get back to our mocks right here on XL Primetime.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers. There's a certain romance to radio play-by-play.
We need you to be all strong and hot.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here from Mayport CNC Fisheries. Growing up at the beach, I know good shrimp and oysters when I see them. They're local and they're fresh. That's why Mayport CNC Fisheries is my go-to for both. They have local shrimp in stock 7 days a week. Eat like a local at Mayport CNC Fisheries.
What makes a Honda certified pre-owned vehicle so special? 182-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, first-year free oil changes, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty for carefree driving backed by American Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
The Jacksonville Icemen are playoff bound. There are 3 regular season home games left. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. The Icemen fight for a division title this weekend, starting Friday against the Savannah Ghost Pirates. The first 1,000 fans get a Fang the Mascot bobblehead. Then Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 3, it's the Atlanta Gladiators. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #FireWithin.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey here for Pella Windows and Doors. Look, obviously the warmer temperatures are already here, and if you're like me, you want that oppressive Florida heat to stay outside your house. That's why I'm such a fan of Pella Windows and Doors. By now we know that windows are the #1 way that heat gets in and the cold gets out. So when you're ready for the stylish design and energy efficiency that comes from Pella Windows and Doors, visit their showroom on Phillips Highway, just north of Bay Meadows, or you can always find them online at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 11, 1965, Jack Nicklaus wins the second of his 6 Masters titles in Augusta, beating Gary Player and Arnold Palmer by a record 9 strokes.
Frank Frangie here. I was born and raised in Jacksonville, and I love living here. But I also know how bad bugs are in Florida. So I trust Orange Environmental Services to handle all my pest control needs because they've got the best technicians and effective treatment. Their name may be orange, but they think green. Orange Environmental has been serving the First Coast for over 50 years, and they now offer complete lawn maintenance services. Call Orange Environmental Services for peace of mind from bug problems today. Call them at 272-3284. That's 272-3284.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Let's fire up the flavor and ignite those appetites. Let's slow down and smell the barbecue. Because all your favorites are smoked for hours and ready for eating when you are. From our famous ribs to slow smoked pork. Enjoy some perfection by the plateful, safely in our dining room or in the comfort of your home. With curbside pickup, drive-through, and delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
This is Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics. The future of medicine is here at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. If you're tired of achy joints, if your joint pain is keeping you from doing what you love, you need to call QC Kinetics now. They've got 2 great locations. Call for a free consultation at 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. And go see them, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra. You can get in. They've got availability. You need to give them a call. Stop dealing with pain in your hips and your shoulders and your knees. Steroids, surgery, drugs, these are no longer your best options. Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics is transforming lives with innovative treatments that deliver lasting results. Give QC Kinetics a call today. Again, 904-274-5522. Go see them in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra. That's QC Kinetics.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. On 1010XL.
When you say the name Louis Oliver, Gator fans probably smile more than anything else because they remember greatness, that's for sure. And I was matriculating through the University of Florida while this man was just knocking people out. Let's welcome Louis Oliver on to XL Primetime. Louis, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, we're doing great, man. We're going to talk spring football, but I know Big Searcy. First thing we asked Big Searcy was, wait a minute. A Cane welcoming a Gator onto XL Prime?
Hey, Louis, I told him that we could cohabitate, bro. We good people.
Hey, we always been that way, Leon. You already know that. Already know that.
All day, man. Hey, man. Hey, I'm glad you come on the show, man. Listen, a lot of people, listen, Louis Oliver, you're talking about the first-team All-American. You're talking about consistent All-American. You're talking about 6'2", 225-pound. Legend, headbanger. What do you say to that, Lou?
Hey, man, I appreciate the Gator fans and all the football fans out there that are listening today. I just tried to go out there and give them, and put on the best show I could, give them everything that I had in my mind, body, and soul, and try to leave it on the football field, and hopefully they appreciated it.
Louis, let's talk about the Gators now. What do you see right now in year 3 of Billy Napier, and are you And are you a believer in Billy Napier? I guess is the best way to say it.
Well, I'm just looking at the state of the football team. I haven't been happy the last 3 or 4 years with the program, the way these guys are playing. I don't know. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's players' abilities or inabilities. But just not happy with the performance of our football team, and I'd like to see us get back to those winning ways.
We're talking with Lewis Oliver, former standout on the defensive side in the secondary for the University of Florida back in the 80s. And Lewis, I think the thing that probably drives most Gator fans crazy is not being able to hold up defensively, and they've gone through.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! You have no idea of how frustrated I was last season watching our defense play, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I mean, excuse me. Yeah. I was like, "What the hell is going? What the hell is going on?" Yeah. Like, nobody tackles. Nobody wants to tackle. I mean, when you play defense, you got to want to tackle. You got to want to use those pads in that helmet. And I didn't see a whole lot of guys out there wanting to use their pads in their helmet. So I wasn't happy with the play of our defense.
Now, Lewis, who do you attribute that to? I mean, is it not the right players on the team, or is that the coaching staff? Because, in our day, we policed ourselves. We held everybody else accountable on that football field, and if you weren't getting it done, you get in that locker room, you might get leaped on. Now
but that's what needs to happen now. That's what needs to happen now. These guys are too spoiled. These people are spoiling them. Parents are spoiling them. Coaches are spoiling them. I mean, like you said, Leon, I mean, there was accountability. If I'm playing next to you and you're not doing your damn job, come on, man, let's get the fuck on. Let's do something. All
right, yeah, we can't have that part, Lewis. We got to make sure live radio.
No, man. I mean, like, when you're talking with a guy like Leon, I don't have to. I mean, when I look at him, nobody had to. No coach, no player had to mention anything. Yo, we need you to do your job. Leon knew from the start, from the first whistle. When that guy lines up in front of me, I'm trying to bury him. And that's what I'm trying. That's what I want our defense and our offense to do. When you line up against these guys, when you come in to compete, let's compete. I didn't see our team competing. I didn't see that, and I wasn't happy with that. No.
So how do you fix that then? As they brought in Rod Roberts to help out the defensive coordinator there. How do you fix that from a coaching standpoint of players?
Here's my thing. I look at this portal. I look at these guys jumping in and out of the portal. Like, if you got I came to the University of Florida as a walk-on, and I just put it in my mind. I just told myself, I don't care how many stars these guys got ahead of me. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of their stars and leave them with no stars. That was my mindset. If you got 3, 4, 5 stars and you in front of me, guess what? You need to call your parents and tell them to come pack up your stuff, because you're not going to need them stars. They're mine now. And that's the attitude I took. And I'm looking for players. I'm looking for players who are hungry. I'm not looking for players that I got to motivate. I'm looking for players that are self-motivated, self-determined, self-aware, and they want it. They want it. You know the guys that want it. And when I look at our team, when I looked at them last season, I didn't see really a whole lot of players out there wanting. I saw a few guys. No matter what the score was, they was playing. Pearsall, Wilson, these guys are playing, each and every down. Come on, man. Give me some guys like that on both sides of the ball that's going to play 60 minutes and get the job done.
Have you been able – we're talking with Lewis Oliver, All-America at University of Florida back in the 80s. Have you been able to interact at all with Billy Napier and any of the coaches just to kind of get an idea of what their blueprint is?
No, I was up in Gainesville last February. Took my son up there for a visit. My son and my daughter. Let them take a look at the campus. Went by the football facility. Met Coach Napier. Met Corey Raymond, who was the defensive back coach at that time. Right. And I just said, "Hey, Coach." And I mean, like I like the new facility and all of that type of stuff, but that don't make a player. That don't make a player with these new lockers and the new fields and the new weights. I'm looking for guys who just, regardless of whether the facility is new or not, they putting the work in, day out, every day, and they want it. And those are the type of players I'm looking for. I don't give a damn about a star, how many stars you got.
Now, Lewis, listen, I have your same sentiments, and it's like preaching to the choir. And I get told when I spit out to stay in my era, because I do think I do get, these players now have more distractions maybe than what we had when we played. They got social media, they got NIL, and my concern is their desire, because listen, there's a lion that, the jungle, if he don't hunt, he don't eat. But
exactly.
But if you got a lion that's in a zoo that constantly get fed, he has no desire to hunt. So how do you combat that, knowing that these kids are being, catered to and taken care of and pampered a lot more than we were back in the day?
I'm not going to the zoo looking for my lion. I'm going to the wild looking for my lion. No. I mean the petting, like I look at, like I tell my son, and he plays cornerback here, and I tell him, I say, look, dude, I'm gonna try to show you what you need to learn, what you need to know. But if you're not putting in that extra work, you're not putting in that extra studying, I can't make you a great player. You're gonna have to do that on your own. And that's what I tell any player. Don't come to me looking for me as a coach or an organization or a school to make you into the athlete that you want to be. You got to do that your damn self. And that's what I'm looking. I'm looking for players. I'm looking for guys who are hungry. I'm looking for guys who's not even thinking about how many stars they got. They're not even thinking about the NIL. I understand that these guys are, they want a piece of the pie, and more power to them, and I totally agree with it. But at the same time, if you got desire and want to, that's the type of player I'm looking for. I'm not looking for somebody who's motivated by money. I'm not looking for somebody who's motivated by attention. I'm looking for a player who wants to get out there, snap his helmet on, and look to bust somebody in their mouth.
But to be fair, Lewis, to these young dudes, there are guys out there like that playing right now. There are guys out there on other schools and other teams that play that way. It's just for some reason, either they don't get them at Florida or they're not coached properly.
Well, it could be a double-edged sword. It could be both sides of that sword. But we're going to have to do something if we want to get back to our winning ways. I don't know. The baby and I don't know. I mean, I'm like Leon. Let's go back to the old school. Let's keep it old school. Let's do bull in the ring. Let's get some toughness out here. I'm not even going to call no names. I had a guy call me last year from the University of Florida, and he's a player, and said he lost his confidence. And I say, how the hell do you lose your confidence? I don't know. Well, how am I supposed to know how you lost your confidence? And you were starting at the time. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, either you want it or you don't want it. Either you can deal with the pressure or you can't deal with the pressure. Right. It's an easy game. I mean, either you're going to get the job done or they're going to put somebody in there to get the job done.
You're getting a bunch of amens on the text line, that's for sure. All right, now real quick before we wrap it up, Lewis, just go back to that transfer portal real quick, because like you said, you want these guys to be able to get some of the financial rewards of playing hard. But do you think it's more of a problem, or can they rein it in to where it's still going to be good for the player and good for the schools?
Well, we're gonna have to see. I mean, I didn't implement that program, so I don't have to try to guide it through its completion. Where it's going to go, I think it's good for the players. I don't know how good it is for the institutions, that type of stuff. But, I mean, if it comes down to revenue sharing, if they generating all this kind of money for the schools, of course they should share in the profit. But at the same time, you jumping in the portal, I mean, 2 or 3 times in a 4-year span, what does that say? To me, that just says you're not the player that your stars and your credentials hold you up to be. Because if that was the case, if you got to keep moving to try to play somewhere, you don't have the skills to play at this level, at this institution. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, if I was a player like Leon, if we would have had that back then, I would have been upset. I'd been like, look, guys, I'm coming to Florida. I'm going to walk on. And like I said, I told those guys when I got there, and I meant that. I said, look, guys, I'm going to walk on from Belgrade, Florida. And as long as I'm here, won't none of you MFs play football. Not if you playing safety. If you can play another position, but you're not going to play a down at safety.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, Lewis, hey, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. We appreciate your passion and your truth, man. Hey, you know you my boy, but you know we got a date August 31st.
Hey, man. Hey, Lee, I'm looking forward to that. Like when we were playing, I would have rather have played the University of Miami, Georgia, Florida State, Alabama, LSU. Those are the only type of games I want to play. I don't want to play University of Central Kentucky for homecoming. I don't want to play those type of games. I want to play up to my level, up to my talent level. Supersede that. I don't want to play anything at my level or below my level. I want to play above. And come August 31st when we see you guys, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in our guys.
Well, I
just don't.
I say we check back in that week and we at least get a feel for it. How about that?
I would love to come on. I would love to come on.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming on the show, bro.
All right, Big L.
You got it.
All right, Lewis Oliver, Yahtzee and amen right there. Holy smokes. You YouTubers, you got treated. You
did get treated.
You Alexa listeners, you streamers, you got treated. Anyway, look, we got to remind them every once in a while that they can't let it all fly.
We're all adults here. Come on.
It does highlight the passion.
He basically encapsulated what's going on right now, not only at Florida, but specifically at Florida, but in many programs in college football right now. And I wanted to make that point that it's not all programs.
Right.
There are some programs that get players and motivate them and put them in position to play at a high level because they're coached properly and correctly, and it's not an operational mess.
Wait, here's the thing about Lewis. I mean, yeah, he was passionate and said some things out of content he probably shouldn't have said. Well, in my thread with the former Hurricanes, and when the season's going on,
your text thread.
Yeah, my text thread. The same verbiage.
Yeah. About the Canes.
About the Canes.
Yeah.
Because they don't recognize what this is compared to what you guys have.
Because you got to understand what we're used to, what we've been accustomed to as players, and to see what we see on the TV, if it doesn't encapsulate the same thing that we're used to, then we get frustrated.
Yeah. The other thing is that what he did say about all those 5 stars, why are you leaving 2 and 3 times over a 5-year period if you're a 5-star? That's legitimate too, because these guys may not be conditioned to work hard and do what's required to get to where they want to be.
Because they've been coddled. Yeah. They've been coddled since they were in Pop Warner.
Yeah,
told how great they were. Things were moved and maneuvered in their favor, and then when they get to a place where they actually got to get some work done, and they're not used to it, and they're being called out on it, and they're not performing, then they're ready to bounce.
Yeah. One did ask on the text line, can Lewis be ROC? All right, we'll keep it rolling into the 3 o'clock hour. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Thanks to Lewis Oliver as well, Joe C., Matt Hayes, Big Searcy, RJ. We will update our X poll. Actually, do it real quick, RJ, as we head to the break, because we've got leaderboard update coming.
Absolutely. Our X poll brought to you by Beaver Chevrolet and Beaver Toyota. Now that Josh Allen has gotten paid, who do you feel is the next man on the Jacksonville Jaguars worthy of getting a contract extension not named Trevor Lawrence?
Easy to do. You can take a look at Andre Cisco, Walker Little. You can throw ETN in the conversation, and, of course, Tyson Campbell. So vote at 1010XL on X.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Now, a Masters Update on 1010XL, brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Rain forced a delayed start to the 88th Masters. Tee times shuffled back 2.5 hours. It has not bothered Ryan Fox. He is in the lead, 5 under through 11. Birdies at 1, 2, and 3, plus an eagle at the par 5 8th hole. Fox again now through 11. He's from New Zealand, playing in just his second Masters. Fox tied for 26th last year. But he's been playing his best on the DP World Tour, starting late last season, including a win at the Wentworth Club at the Tour's flagship event in England in September. Bryson DeChambeau and Ben An are at 3 under, 2 back. DeChambeau has missed the cut at the Masters the last 2 years, but again, 3 under through 12. He birdied the first 3 holes, and so did Ben An, actually, and An is now through 10. You're listening to coverage of the 2024 Masters on Westwood One.
I am Robert Strickler. My wife Joyce and I have been married for 53 years. Certainly one of the really important things in my life are our children and our grandchildren. I am essentially a writer. I've been involved in communications in the media. I've been an avid fly fisherman for at least 40 or more years. I've been taking Prevagen on a regular basis for at least 8 years. For me, the greatest benefit over the years has been that Prevagen seems to help me recall things and also think more clearly, have a crisper ability to remember and think through things. And I enthusiastically recommend Prevagen. It has helped me an awful lot.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Robert Strickler is a content contributor for Prevagen and real user, based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
First round at Augusta National. The course is soft. It is receptive after the rain this morning. Let's check the leaderboard. Sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen is the most recommended memory support brand by pharmacists. Ryan Fox is capitalizing so far. 5 under through 11 holes. 2-shot lead over Bryson DeChambeau and Ben On. Eric Van Rooyen from South Africa. Corey Connors from Canada. Both at 2 under par. That's 3 off the lead. Van Rooyen in the first group to tee off this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. He is playing hole number 17 at the moment. An uneven start for Rory McIlroy. He missed a birdie from within 10 feet at 1, bogeyed the redesigned par 5 second after he sent his tee shot into the pine straw well right of the fairway. McIlroy 1 over through 5. Scotty Scheffler is 1 under through 5 holes. He's in that same group. Jon Rahm, defending champ, is even par through 6. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
You know, people ask me all the time, Mia, why buy from Arlington Toyota? And when they do, here's what I tell them. Let's start with peace of mind. When you buy any new Toyota from Arlington, their lifetime warranty goes with you. That's unlimited time and miles. Plus, you get 30 days to love your pre-owned purchase or exchange it for one that you do. And you even get a complimentary car wash with your service visit. Now you know why you should buy from Arlington. 10939 Atlantic Boulevard and online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Gator fans, get ready. The Orange and Blue game is back on Saturday, April 13th at 1 p.m. in the Swamp, and entry is free. This year, Florida Victorious is proud to sponsor the game, and we have tons of new excitement in store for you. Like our player meet and greet and autograph session after the game on Steve Spurrier Field. As a member of Florida Victorious, you can visit with players on the team, including Mertz and Legway. Don't miss out on FanFest, which begins at 10 a.m. on the North Lawn. Visit the Florida Victorious tent to learn more about the team and membership benefits, and also meet Gator student athletes. Join us for the chance to win a brand new Chevy Silverado on the field. Brought to you by Southern Chevy Dealers and Florida Victorious. Learn more about Florida Victorious and become a member at floridavictorious.com. And help us make Florida victorious.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Discover the timeless beauty of stone with Art of Natural Stone, offering an extensive selection of products. They cater to every design aesthetic. And not just a supplier, they also provide the installation. Skilled craftsmen ensure a flawless finish every time with Art of Natural Stone. You receive not just a product, but an inviting welcome home experience. So embrace the elegance of your own yard this year with artofnaturalstone.com. Open to the public on Phillips Highway and on Beach Boulevard.
Test your aim to help local kids succeed. It's the 6th annual Mackenzie Noel Wilson Foundation Clay Shoot to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida and Mackenzie's Camp Deep Pond, Thursday, May 13th at Jack's Clay Target Sports. Get your team and the Boys and Girls Club take care of the rest. Ammo, cart, clays, breakfast bites, lunch, and goodies. Proceeds benefit 56 area clubs serving over 5,200 area kids every day. Go to bgcnf.org/events.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loans. Hey, it's Prosser here, and Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make that happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards, get some money for a home improvement. Literally, hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508, 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com at 904-999-1508. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Bueller Air Conditioning presents Are You Cool?
Today's challenger, a corporate management manager from Jacksonville, Florida. Meet Les Blankston.
Yeah, hi, Bob.
That is a remarkably beige suit there, Les. Tell us, why are you on the show?
Well, I just replaced my old air conditioner with a new one from Bueller, and I'm just so comfortable these days. I wondered, am I cool now?
Let's find out, Les. Go ahead and spin the wheel.
That's right, Les. By upgrading your old AC to a more energy-efficient model from Bueller Air Conditioning, you'll save money, save energy, and proudly show your family that you are cool.
Ooh, do you think I should get a mohawk?
Pace yourself, Les.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. After signing a 5-year extension on Wednesday, Jaguars linebacker Josh Allen delivered a message for Jacksonville.
Duval, we back. I'm excited. You know I am. Man, this is home, man, for forever. It started my NFL career. Hopefully I can end my NFL career as a Duval thoroughbred. You know, I wouldn't want to be nowhere else. This is my home. This is where I created. You know, this is why I extended my legacy, and this is where I want to end my legacy. I want to one day look back and be known as one of the best Jacksonville football players ever.
Josh Allen, courtesy of Jaguars.com. It's right now 78 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I think we've got a great weekend planned. I think there's like 10 home sporting events, 1 o'clock kickoff, free admission, and I think there's a unique opportunity for an exclusive meet and greet with the players, partnering with Florida Victorious next week after the spring game on the field. So we're excited about that.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That was the excitable Billy Napier talking about the spring game coming up on Saturday. We'll hear it as the coverage. Going to have the Francis show over there tomorrow afternoon. And then you'll be able to get an idea of what this team looks like with the orange and blue scrimmage. But Billy Napier, look, I would love for this guy to get a little more excited about anything. Maybe just leak a little Lewis in there and just let him get a little more excited. But this much I know, Gator fans want to come out of that orange and blue game feeling excited about the product that they've got.
Look, Lewis Oliver he's got to clean it. He's got to clean it up. Okay, there's no doubt about it. But I will say this.
Sure.
Okay,
apologies.
Yes, apologies to everyone out there. We're sorry, especially if there's kids in the car. But the reality is this, man. That passion and that sickness is what it is what every Gator fan feels right now. That's what they felt for the last 3 years. And they're tired of it. They're absolutely tired of it. So a lot of it has to do with, all right, look, this guy's got, this is the year, this is it. You either prove it or you're out. They're moving on. And they might completely clean house.
Yeah.
Everything.
Which is
coach,
AD
athletic
down.
administration, everything. Yeah. Yes. Because you cannot be put in a situation where you have 4 straight losing seasons for the first time since the 1930s. Number one. And you can't expect the idea of you lowering the bar of expectations to, well, if he wins 8 games, maybe we'll keep him. You got to be kidding me. That gets people fired at Florida prior to this.
Marry that up with what he said in the interview, that I would rather play the Miamis, the Georgias, the Bamas, all the bigs of the world than Central Kentucky. And I totally get it, because that's how you were once measured as far as am I good enough as a university, as a football team?
It's also,
am I good enough to go toe-to-toe with the bigs in college football?
Here's another thing. If you're a Florida fan out there and you're complaining or using as a crutch the schedule, I mean, you got to be kidding me. They should be afraid to play you, not you worry about playing them. That's the whole point.
100%.
That's how far the bar has been lowered right now in the last 4 years.
Now, the other problem is you can't give whoever else stunk it up that resume and put it on Billy Nopier's resume.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's 2 guys, right? It ended
in other
with
words, you can't fire
Dan
him
Mullen.
after 3 years for 4 years of bad. You can
No,
fire
you're
him for
firing
his
for
own
3.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fire him for his own 3, but he should not be responsible for Mullen just caving in the second half of the season.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's on both of them.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it.
The other part of it is that when you do reach a point where where the fan base doesn't lock in and doesn't see the strides, the improvements, the turn the corner moments in a football team, well, then apathy will start to set in. They'll start to ignore the results. They'll start to quit paying attention. They'll start to not show up. All those things that's a big risk if you don't have the right guy at the helm. Now, look, think about what Mario's doing down in Miami. It's the exact same thing. Both of these guys are in referendum years. They really are. If you're going to hire a guy, you're going to pay him a big bunch of money, you tell him to come in, he better, by year 3, prove to you that he's doing something.
Mario's in the same boat. I mean, every
100%.
year he's absolutely in the same boat as well. Every year we hear about this amazing recruiting class that he brings in, and all these different guys that come in, but it's not translating onto the field. Yeah. I mean, the narrative down there and amongst the former players is Mario's got to win 10 and get into the tournament. Yeah. That's just the bottom line. And the reverse has happened. Like you said, in Florida, everybody's looking at the schedule and say, have you seen the schedule? It used to be a time where the schedule was in reverse. Where when you looked at Florida on your schedule, like, oh, shoot, we got to play Florida.
Right.
Oh, shoot, we got to play
Miami. We got to go to Gainesville this year.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, somehow they've got to be able to flip the script on that, because you look at the schedule now. I mean, we were talking about the November schedule for Florida. We were saying LSU and Ole Miss and all these other teams or whatever. It used to be a time where the schedule at Florida didn't matter.
Right. And the others were, look,
you had to play us.
Yeah.
So that's got to change.
Right. And Norvell went from year 3 with 10 wins to unbeaten in the regular season the following year. And so that was that climb. That was that pull us out of anonymity, pull us out of the also-ran world, and put us back into the relevance of college football, meaning we got a chance to play for something. We got a chance to win championships. And that's what they went to, a big bowl, New Year's Day 6, and then they turned around the next year and they ran the table. Now, that's the ACC. You might call it a softer conference. We occasionally do as well. But at the same time, Norvell did that climb.
Well, year 3 it hit.
Yes.
And believe me, had it not hit in year 3, had they won 7 games, he was out too.
Yeah, they would have been all over him.
Yes.
And so that's why Mario and Billy, both of them, have to make sure that they prove to their boosters, the people who were paying the freight, that they are getting the job done and turning the corner. Now, look, recruiting-wise, it looks like he's done a better job. But, again, the energy level, I don't get it.
Wins.
I never will.
Joe, wins. Yeah. 11 wins in 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't care about recruits. I don't care about energy. It's W's,
dubs,
man.
yeah.
You are judged on dubs.
Yeah.
They've won 11 games the last 2 years. And if you go back to Mullins last year, they've won, 15 games in the last 3 years, right? They were 4-8, I think.
Well, it's unacceptable. And by the way, they had 2 4-8 campaigns with 2 different coaches too. And so
is that right, or did they go to a bowl? They may have won to a bowl. that Greg Knox coached him in a bowl game.
Yeah, I have to go. I have to go back and look. But,
it's bad football. How about that? 3 years straight of bad football.
Bad defense, bad football. Any way you want to couch it, you're losing to the teams that you used to always step over to get to your next goal. When you start to lose to teams like Kentucky on a regular basis, when you start to lose to Vandy, that stuff cannot happen. And that basically is what was happening.
I mean, we make fun of – you guys make fun of me because I think that Stoops has done a great job. We call it the program.
Mm-hmm.
There's no chance in hell Florida should lose to Kentucky ever. That's why they won 20-something in a row or 30 in a row.
Oh, 30-some.
Right. Yeah. And I mean ever. When I mean ever, I mean ever. If
Yeah.
everything is going right and you've got the right coach and you're recruiting in that geographical footprint, you should never lose to Kentucky.
I've been
Never.
saying it forever. It should be a virtual impossibility.
Never lose to Kentucky, never lose to South Carolina, never lose to Vanderbilt. Those are all nevers.
Yeah.
And it's happened regularly now.
Yeah, Arkansas.
And Missouri.
Yeah, and Missouri
Yes.
in there. All right, let's do the 10-10 take and at least kind of go off the heels of this as far as college football is concerned.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
Nothing in the fridge. Don't feel like cooking. On your way home, just ride on through and pick up some delicious Sonny's Barbecue curbside, or you can dine in. They've got it all set up for you. Delicious barbecue, that's for sure, all over the First Coast. So I think to myself, like I heard Matt Jones, who's this really big Kentucky sports radio guy. He said, "What's the best job in America?" And he mentioned John Calipari at Kentucky. He said, "Kentucky is the best basketball job in America." He said, "But it depends on the way you look at it. Is it a job where you can get everything you want, but you're expected to win everything? Or is it the football guy over there, you know my line, that gets paid $1 million a win, and there's no pressure, zero pressure? Is that the best job in America?" But think about this. Alabama loses Nick Saban, quote, the GOAT in our college football lives, basically. He leaves, and they don't necessarily get people lined up to come in and take his job, for a variety of reasons. Guys get pay raises off of the opportunity to go there, but they don't go there.
And they don't want to follow him.
Yeah, they don't want to follow him. Now Kentucky is getting a bunch of no's. And even beyond that, which kind of it made me laugh just a little bit, John Calipari was not Arkansas's first choice. Arkansas got a couple of no's before they got a yes from Calipari. But just think about Kentucky, which is considered one of the top jobs in America, and they can't quite find the guy to come take the job. And Saban, after he left, the Alabama Crimson Tide had to hear some no's before they heard a yes. That's the 10-10 take. That's how tough it is. You don't want to follow the guy, which I totally get. But those are great flipping jobs that people are running away from.
They are, but you also have to understand that these guys are getting paid a lot of money where they are, most of them. Majority. When you're talking about a big job, you're going after a big name, so those guys are making good money where they are.
Yes. In other words, you're not picking somebody that you never heard of.
And more times than not, 9 out of 10 times, they're at places with great facilities, with great support, monetary support, NIL support.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to leave unless you need to restart your clock, which is what Cal needed to do. That's why he left Kentucky, because he was on the verge of getting fired anyway. So you restart your clock at Arkansas. You got another 5 years there.
Yeah.
So that's why that happens. And in Alabama specific is who wants to follow a guy that won 6 championships in 12 years?
It's tough. It's tough. But just think about it on the face. You're trying to attract someone to the best job in that particular sport
with the most expectations.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
That's why you got to fight that. Here's that argument. Is it the best job? But it also has the greatest expectations.
And Kentucky's the same thing in basketball.
Yeah, exact same thing. All right, let's get back to our draft. We'll get back to our mock draft. We did the first 3 rounds, so we'll throw them back out there for you. 641-1010. You guys can jump in on the draft conversation or anything that we had from the college football world that we just threw out there. Masters leaderboard, we'll keep you up to date with that as well.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL. Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
From From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Rain forced a delayed start to the 88th Masters. Tee times shuffled back 2.5 hours. It has not bothered Ryan Fox. He is in the lead, 5 under through 11. Birdies at 1, 2, and 3, plus an eagle at the par 5 8th hole. Fox again now through 11. He's from New Zealand, playing in just his second Masters. Fox tied for 26th last year. But he's been playing his best on the DP World Tour, starting late last season, including a win at the Wentworth Club at the Tour's flagship event in England in September. Bryson DeChambeau and Ben An are at 3 under, 2 back. DeChambeau has missed the cut at the Masters the last 2 years, but again, 3 under through 12. He birdied the first 3 holes, and so did Ben An, actually, and An is now through 10. You're listening to coverage of the 2024 Masters on Westwood One.
I am Robert Strickler. My wife Joyce and I have been married for 53 years. Certainly one of the really important things in my life are our children and our grandchildren. I am essentially a writer. I've been involved in communications in the media. I've been an avid fly fisherman for at least 40 or more years. I've been taking Prevagen on a regular basis for at least 8 years. For me, the greatest benefit over the years has been that Prevagen seems to help me recall things and also think more clearly, have a crisper ability to remember and think through things. And I enthusiastically recommend Prevagen. It has helped me an awful lot.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Robert Strickler is a content contributor for Prevagen and real user, based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
First round at Augusta National. The course is soft. It is receptive after the rain this morning. Let's check the leaderboard. Sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen is the most recommended memory support brand by pharmacists. Ryan Fox is capitalizing so far. 5 under through 11 holes. 2-shot lead over Bryson DeChambeau and Ben An. Eric Van Rooyen from South Africa. Corey Connors from Canada. Both at 2 under par. That's 3 off the lead. Van Rooyen in the first group to tee off this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. He is playing hole number 17 at the moment. An uneven start for Rory McIlroy. He missed a birdie from within 10 feet at 1, bogeyed the redesigned par 5 second after he sent his tee shot into the pine straw well right of the fairway. McIlroy 1 over through 5. Scotty Scheffler is 1 under through 5 holes. He's in that same group. John Rahm, defending champ, is even par through 6. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Spring is here, and the last thing I need is an AC or plumbing issue. But I'm not stressing because I know Fenwick Home Services has me covered 24/7. I'll have their certified technicians inspect my system, ensuring it runs efficiently and smoothly. They'll remove that nasty buildup of dust, pollen, and dander so I can breathe easier, too. Preventative care is where it's at. Don't hope you won't have a problem. Plan to make sure you don't. Avoid costly breakdowns by booking now at fenwickhomeservices.com/radio.
Mia here, and if you want low payments, then you've got to go to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned and save today. How does this sound? Just $500 down and only $288 per month gets you a pre-owned 2021 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $500 down and $388 per month. Plus Arlington's Credit for Everyone program and 30-day exchange. Don't wait, save thousands and shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Frank Franzi here for Stanley Pools. There's a reason so many of my friends and our listeners have had Stanley Pools build their pools and now maintain their pools, because Stanley Pools truly cares about their customers. Stanley Pools is locally owned and has been serving our community for 35 years. For all of your pool needs, Call Stanley Pools at 269-7277. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools. 269-7277, or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com.
Bueller Air Conditioning presents Are You Cool?
Today's challenger, a corporate management manager from Jacksonville, Florida. Meet Les Blankston.
Yeah, hi, Bob.
That is a remarkably beige suit there, Les. Tell us, why are you on the show?
Well, I just replaced my old air conditioner with a new one from Bueller, and I'm just so comfortable these days. I wondered, am I cool now?
Let's find out, Les. Go ahead and spin the wheel.
That's right, Les. By upgrading your old AC to a more energy-efficient model from Bueller Air Conditioning, you'll save money, save energy, and proudly show your family that you are cool.
Ooh, do you think I should get a mohawk?
Pace yourself, Les.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Add an ace to your Tuesday morning.
The third ace in 4 days.
Brunch with a tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info.
Brought to you by Clearwater Irrigation and Art of Natural Stone.
8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather starting to turn for the better, look ahead. Get that backyard ready for spring with a new screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are best in the business. If you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Oh, it is here. Masters Week, my favorite Tigers in the field. We've got the Live Golf guys playing in a major again. It is going to be a blast. If you haven't signed up for MyBookie, you need to sign up. This is going to be must-see TV, and you can bet long odds for big golf sweats and even bigger cash. Outright winners, first-round leaders, and live betting too. I'm telling you, if you haven't signed up yet for MyBookie, do it now for Masters Week. Could the weather in Augusta cause some chaos? Take advantage of that. Make some money. Even if the Masters has started, you can live bet with long odds through Sunday afternoon. Getting started is simple. Sign up today at MyBookie and use promo code 1010XL to secure a first deposit bonus up to 50%. It's simple. Just use promo code 1010XL to claim your 50% bonus, $50 minimum. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
This is Dr. George Bari inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Man, don't let your yard be torn up by that heavy aeration machine this spring. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to learn more about our granular aeration. Broadcast throughout the tree and shrubs to break up that compacted soil. Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This term has meant so much to me in my life and my family. I think I've been playing here for 29 years now. It was the ultimate to be able to stay in the crow's nest and to watch Byron and Sam and Gene tee off on the first hole. It's been a part of my life to have won here as my first major as a pro, hugging my dad as you saw, and then full circle in 19 to hug my son. It has meant a lot to my family.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
If you're a sports fan and you just heard what Tiger Woods said, you've been blessed. If you're a golf fan, you've been blessed. He just said 29 years, and you think of what he has given us, the sports fan, the golf fan, from the mid-90s on. In 1997, I'll never forget it. We were up in Tallahassee getting ready for Garnet and Gold spring game, and Tiger shoots 40 on the front. And we're like, he's got no chance. And then goes on and sets a record, the best ever winning score at Augusta National after shooting 40 on the front. It's just incredible what he's been able to do. He's trying to make 24 straight cuts. We will see if he can do that. And would certainly be distinguished once again with another piece of history, because right now he's tied with a couple of other guys that are right there in the same company. All right, we've got a couple of guys.
Just dropped a 30-footer for Bird.
Who did?
DeChambeau.
Yeah. So DeChambeau at the par 5 15th was able to roll one in, so he's back atop the leaderboard at 5 under. Now that's the same hole that Ryan Fox hit it into Rays Creek, right? Was that 15 also? Yeah.
I believe so.
All right. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on the leaderboard, because Fox, like we said, is a guy who you may not know a whole heck of a lot about, from New Zealand, but he's come over here and he's done pretty well. He actually dropped a shot at the par 5 13th, it looks like, yeah. So he was at 13.
And not only that,
he
probably hit it. He probably hit, I bet, a 12, 15-foot putt to save bogey.
Yeah, to save bogey,
yeah.
Which is pretty good. All right, crank up the NFL music. Let's get back to our mock draft. It's Thursday. We count it down. We are 2 weeks away. The 25th will be here before you know it. Big Search, let's get to the 4th round. We gave our first 3 rounds earlier today, so our media mocks will be posted on social at 1010XL. You guys can keep going there and vote on who you think is worthy of the next contract if they ball out this year after Josh Allen got paid. But, Search, hit your first 3 rounds, and then let's get to round 4.
All right, my first 3 rounds at number 17, I got Tassili. Give it to me, Matt Hayes.
Talahisi
Fawanga. I got Talahisi Fawanga at 17. At 48, I got the interior lineman for Kansas State, Cooper Beebe. And I got Kareem Kitchen, safety out of University of
Miami.
Kamari, my bad.
All right, who you got at 114?
Oh, you got to give your
give your 3.
I'll do my 3. All right, I got Troy Fontenot, the tackle/guard from Washington at 17. At 48, I got Cooper Beebe. And at 96, I got Chris Abrams-Drain, the Missouri corner.
All right, I got Jackson Powers Johnson, the center interior, coming in to basically refortify that offensive interior line for your Jacksonville Jaguars and give old Trevor Lawrence time to throw. I got him 17th. Kamari Lassiter out of Georgia, cornerback, 48th. And then Tez Walker, 96. He ran a sub-4.4 40. He's 6'2". He can go get it. He's going to run that go route. So I like Tez a lot. All right, let's get to the 4th round, Big Sur.
All right, 114, I got the edge rusher from Kansas. I got Austin Booker. And so, honestly, that 4-down alignment that Ryan Nielsen's going to go with, we need some depth there. Yeah, we do. Nice little rotation.
All right, I'm doing mine live, as you guys know. And right now, available, we need a corner. All right, got 1 corner. I'm thinking we being my team, all right? I'm thinking 3 corners easy. But I'm just going to go right now. You got Jeremiah Tryer's available. Spencer Rattler's available. Kyrie Jackson, the corner from Oregon's available.
Spencer Rattler went from being a Heisman hopeful 3 years ago into the 4th round.
You know what, though? I'm telling you right now, he's going to get on the right team.
He might.
And he's going to play in the league. He will be a starter in the league. I don't know when, not this year, but eventually he will be a starter in the league.
I think they will eat him up whenever he is that starter.
He's got a good arm, man.
Yeah, he does.
Andrew Phillips, the corner from Kentucky, is available, and Cam Hart, the corner from Notre Dame, is available. I'm going to go with Kyrie Jackson, the corner from Oregon.
Okay, that's another good one, because I tell you what, as we got into the 3rd round, and if you're taking him in the 4th round, there are a lot of good defensive players in the secondary that are on the board in the draft this year. All right, so I went Jackson Powers Johnson. I went Kamari Lassiter. I went Tez Walker. All right, now our 4th round pick, Big Sirs.
All right, 116, Jacksonville Jaguars take wide receiver, Alabama. I got Jermaine Burton.
Okay. That's your second of your fourth round. Yeah. You went Jermaine Burton.
I went
All
Jermaine
right.
Burton.
Maddie?
So, again, we got Justin Wigay's available from Alabama. Tyler Davis, the defensive lineman, is available. I'm going D-line here, okay? I'm going need. McKinley Jackson from Texas A&M is available. Christian Boyd is a very intriguing guy from Northern Illinois. Like, if you want to know who's available all right now, Jeremiah Trotter's still available. Spencer Rattler's still available.
Yeah, he will be for a long time.
So I'm going DL here. I'm going DL, and I'm going McKinley Jackson, Texas A&M.
Okay.
A big dude that can run. Very athletic dude.
Okay. Look, if you can get interior, that's good for me. My 114, 116, I went cornerback and interior offensive line. I like the selections that I got with 2 cornerbacks in the first 4 rounds. I got Cam Hart with that 114. And then Christian Mahogany, another interior offensive lineman. That guy out of Boston College, and I got him in the 4th round.
Yeah.
So I still think that's a pretty dang good pick. So now I have taken 2 interior linemen and 2 cornerbacks, Leon, with the first 5 picks, all in the first 4 rounds. All right, let's get to round number 5.
All right. In the 5th round, in 153, Jacksonville Jaguars take cornerback, Penn State, Kalen King.
Okay.
I didn't take
Another
the
good
corner.
one?
I didn't take the corner. I took a safety. I took Cameron Kitchen.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's a safety.
Right.
Can't
Right.
play corner. So we're gonna need some corner help.
Okay. So you did not go corner to the 5th round.
Yeah,
All
to
right.
the 5th round.
Huh?
All right, so at pick 153. There's a lot available, same kind of guys. I'm looking for wide receiver right now. I like Cornelius Johnson of Michigan. Again, in a situation where it's a run-oriented offense, a lot like J.J. McCarthy, a lot like Roman Wilson. You don't know really what you got because their tape is just limited because they don't throw the ball that much.
Right.
So I'm going with Cornelius Johnson from Michigan.
Okay. All right. In the 5th round, 153rd overall, I went safety out of Wake Forest, and I like the write-up on this guy when I read it, and I also like the saying Malik Mustafa, like Mufasa. Mustafa, a big hitter, a guy who was able to get to the quarterback, some tackles for loss, occasional pick here or there, tackle machine. So I'm going Malik Mustafa, 153rd overall. Let's get to the picks in the 200s, sir.
All right. At 212, I went interior offensive lineman again. But I went for center, Matt Lee, University of Miami.
Okay, you've been trying to draft that guy.
Yeah, listen, I've heard nothing but good things about this kid. He's going to be the type of guy that you're going to put on the practice squad anyway, I would think. Or maybe he comes out there and compete. I don't know. I just know what Mario said about the kid.
Yeah.
Mario loves the
kid. He loves the kid.
And we both have had him on our
Yeah, we've
mocks.
had him on our mock draft.
Yeah. All right, Matt Lee goes. Matt?
All right, I'm going at 212. I'm going again. I'm picking need again. I think the needy's edge. I like Miles Cole, Texas Tech. May not be the biggest dude, but the guy can get after the quarterback. And they need a guy that can get after the quarterback. I think McKinley Jackson can play a little anchor and defensive end if it has to. So, yeah, I'm going with Miles Cole.
It's funny because I went edge as well, and I'm looking throughout the possibilities, and I saw one dude that was mocked in the 5th round that was 6 foot tall. Coming out of Troy as a rush end. I can't imagine that. Cannot see it. Just see Yasir Abdullah because Yasir is even bigger than that and still has struggled to get around big tackles. I'm going Brennan Jackson, edge out of Washington State with pick 212. He's a guy that is a little more angular, a little stronger, definitely got some recognition out in the Pac-12. You've got to be able to rush the passer out there because they're throwing it a bunch. So I went ahead and went with Brennan Jackson. 212 overall. All right, 236.
All right, 236. Jacksonville Jaguars select edge Jalen Hunt out of Houston Baptist.
Nice.
Houston Baptist, I love that.
Nice.
Houston Baptist.
You like those FCS guys, huh?
Yeah, I gave him a shot.
All right, good. All right, 236 for me. I'm going back to corner. I really like this kid, Kamal Haddon from Tennessee. Got injured in October of last year. I think he would have been a much higher pick had he not been injured. Good cover guy. He's not the most physical guy, but he's long. I like him a lot. I'm going with Kamal Haddon, Tennessee.
Okay, all right. And so we wrap it up with a guy interiorly, and I did not go interior defensive line, which I think was just a big old fat fail on my part. But there were just a lot of other good players that I wanted to get because I still think that is a major need. You can hope like heck that Devon Hamilton, Eric Armstead, and company, the way things work, that they'll be okay there, but they really don't have a whole hell of a lot of depth. They got Jeremiah Ledbetter. They got a couple of other guys, but just not a lot of depth. Anyway, I went Jalen Cremedy, defensive lineman out of Mississippi State. Big, strong, active. So I like the idea of that, but again, that's a 7th-round draft.
I'm staring at my report card. A lot of A's and A-pluses on my picks.
Yeah,
In fact, there's only one non. There's only one B. It's McKinley Jackson.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, and I'll show you my grades, and we'll post these. RJ will get them up for us. But
does that mean I could be a GM, Joe?
Well, you might be, but I'm just going to show you this. You got a B on yours, okay? But one of the guys that you've been clamoring for was the only C that I got.
Really?
And that was JPJ.
Okay.
So that's the one that they ended up giving me the worst grade. I got A's everywhere else. But again, that's the one that's being second-guessed. And I understand the reason why it's being second-guessed is because it is an interior lineman with the 17th overall pick. And I think that's the biggest risk that a lot of people are looking at. Is that guy too high as far as the draft is concerned?
See, you're thinking right there as a shield head. You may as well just put the NFL shield right on your face.
Yeah, well,
that's what every other NFL shield head thinks.
No,
you can't pick an interior guy that early. No way, man.
Well, no, they've actually picked up guys higher than that. They just have been elite. Quentin Nelson was picked in the top 10, and they thought he was elite. Chris
Who
Naoli
says JPJ isn't elite?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I finally reached for it, and I got the worst grade of my draft.
He's your guy, okay? If he's your guy and you believe in him,
you got to go get him.
You think he's going to be elite? Go get him.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what this mock draft simulator has as their top 5, all right? First of all, they got Jaden Daniels going to the Bears. They got J.J. McCarthy going to Washington. Caleb Williams going to the Patriots.
This is your
current
draft.
This is the
mock draft that we
mock
used.
draft that I was using. Then they got Marvin Harrison going to the Cardinals. They got Malik Neighbors going to the Chargers. And Drake May going to the Giants.
Yeah. And the Giants probably would be pretty happy if he fell to that
Oh,
spot.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, you guys react to that, 641-1010. You can hit the text line. We'll keep it rolling up until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's XL Primetime.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Here's 1010XL's new lineup.
Sending you back to the future. Buckle up.
Dan and Jeff in the morning. Mike and Tony 10 to noon. Mia, Lauren and Taylor noon to 2. Joe, Matt and Leon 2 to 4. Frank and Hayes 4 to 6. And Rick and Hacker in the evening.
We invite you now to listen.
Best Bet is number 1. That's right. Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker. The fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war. Just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. More at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. Early last month, Prism Racing NASCAR was released, and the hobby boxes have been a hit with the NASCAR season underway. With the hobby box, you're chasing autographs and checkered flag Prism cards. Enjoy a race day with Prism NASCAR. It's Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Exciting news from All Pro Roofing. Effective right now, you can get an instant roof quote.
Just click the Instant Roof Quote tab on their website. Whether you're in need of roofing, exterior siding, or windows, All Pro Roofing is your local partner for quality craftsmanship. Click the Instant Roof tab and voila! Get an instant quote. It's that simple. Click on the Instant Roof Quote tab today at allproroofingllc.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 11th, 1965, Jack Nicklaus wins the second of his 6 Masters titles in Augusta, beating Gary Player and Arnold Palmer by a record 9 strokes.
You know, they say April showers bring May flowers, but at Bowden Eye, they're bringing more than just blooms this April. Pick and here, gang. It's time to spring into action and refresh your vision for the brighter days ahead. Don't let cloudy vision rain on your parade. From dry eyes and allergies causing irritation to cataracts blurring your vision, Bowden Eye can help protect what's important to you. If you're experiencing problems with your vision, call or visit BowdenEye.com to schedule your consultation. Bowden Eye and Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. When getting pens with your company's logo on them, get nice pens. No one wants to steal a pen that doesn't work. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
AgPro Sign and Drive event is offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local AgPro dealer today. Offer ends April 30th, 2024, subject to approved credit. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
At Duck Rooter, we understand plumbing issues can be a real inconvenience for your building or business, and we're here to help. We can handle all kinds of plumbing jobs, including broken pipes, clogged drains, line jetting, installing water heaters, and full repipes. Need a camera inspection or a smoke test? Yes, Duck Rooter does that too. Plus, our lift station services include inspections, monitoring, cleaning, and repairs. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769.
Men suffering from ED or PE, you'll see instant results on your first visit at Prime Men's Medical Center. For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free. You'll even get a gift that enhances performance in the bedroom. Call 904-664-8217.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
With the 17th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Jarvis Jones, linebacker, Georgia.
Well, that jives with most mock drafts, that this is a kid with the high motor that the Steelers can do some damage with. Usually, that's the type of player that they plug in there, right there, Mike?
Well, meanwhile, the ball comes loose. It's ruled a fumble on the field. Jarvis Jones was able to get it out.
There they were, and it was Jarvis Jones came flying right through Byron Bell to make the play, and that's what we're talking about.
Who's gonna stop me? All right, there you go. Jarvis Jones, that was a much debated pick. 17th pick overall in 2013. And a guy that the medicals is, when you go back and think about it, Matt, he had not an all-world career, but a great career up in Athens. And then the medicals came out that had indicated a spine problem, spinal stenosis they were worried about, and he just never quite got it done, especially when you're talking about going to a team that plays a hell of a lot of good defense.
It seemed like the perfect fit.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
was
did.
a phenomenal college player. Seriously, his last year at Georgia was unbelievable.
Yes.
He single-handedly kept Florida out of that SEC championship game in, what was that, 12?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Yeah, when they had one loss in the regular season under Muschamp.
Two Florida.
He knocked that ball out of Jordan Reed's hands.
Yeah, when he was trying to cross the end zone. Yeah, he was a great player.
Just a great player, Georgia. And you thought with the going to the Steelers with that odd front, he's a perfect outside linebacker, rush edge kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And just the injury.
By the way, we need to go back and look at the 2013 draft because that was the 17th pick overall, and Leon locked in on the number 2 selection of that draft that year, which belonged to.
Your man Luke Joko.
yeah. How'd that work?
Did
that work?
Well, not surprising that it was the second pick that belonged to this franchise, and not surprising that they blew it.
Yeah, well, Eric Fisher of the 2 worked out great for Andy Reid, who had just come in as the head coach in Kansas City, and Gus Bradley was just beginning his tenure here.
Right.
This team gets Luke Jokel, no 4-year or after 4 years, no second contract, and he just exits stage left.
Well, look who the Eagles picked just 2 picks behind that. Lane Johnson.
Oh my gosh,
bro!
What if Cooper Beebe becomes Luke Jokel? Would you be upset?
Yes, I would be.
But he's not, though. I mean, you could see that in his tape. He is not Luke Jokel.
But the Lane Johnson's another example.
Yeah,
Lane Johnson moved in at right tackle because they had Jason Peters on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know what happened. Those guys were on lock for a long, long time. By the way, I've got to give you a few more of that 2013 draft class just to drive Duval a little crazy. But first.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're going to be keeping our eye on April 15th. It's going to be a big day when you see the transfer portal open up. But this is coming from Logan Robinson. FSU defensive back Greedy Vance Jr. plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal via his Instagram. Now, Greedy Vance was a guy that they were going to be counting on. They're expecting to be pretty dang strong, depth-wise, talent-wise, in that secondary. No Greedy, at least right now.
No, that's also part of the April 15 doomsday that I was telling you guys about. That's the doomsday scenario is now for the first time these guys are available. They can transfer anywhere and be eligible immediately. Mm-hmm. Whereas before it was had you already transferred and you weren't a graduate student, you had to sit out.
Right.
So now it's not anymore. Now it's wide open.
Well, I mean, a lot of these players are going to the transfer portal. I mean, it's set right behind because I know Florida's got their orange and blue game. Mm-hmm. All right, Miami, this is their alumni weekend with their last game. So I mean, a lot of these kids are going to get the depth charts of where they're going to be positioned.
Better believe it. Yep.
And then if they don't like what they see, they're just going to go in the portal.
Yep,
yeah.
You got
so,
that right.
April 13th game, April 15th exit stage left, and that's going to be the beginning of.
Or some elite group of 5 players who thought, I'm not going up there. I'm just going to stay where I am. I'm just going to finish it out, work hard, blah, blah, blah. They're going to go through spring and think, what am I doing here? What am I doing? There's NIL money out there. I can go wherever I want.
And the NIL money will go up if those other guys leave. It's just a madhouse setting, atmosphere. That's the part that bugs me more than anything else. I don't mind any of these guys going and getting, but it's as we have said, I just want to know what my roster is from year to year.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Okay, so you're going to have the inter squad scrimmage on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the coach is going to probably give you Sunday off, and then you're probably going to have a team meeting that Monday to kind of go over the spring and kind of evaluate things and all that kind of stuff. And half your squad going to be gone.
Yeah, because Billy Napier, as an example.
Yeah, there will be guys tweeting after the orange and blue game that they're leaving. Florida. I guarantee there will.
Because Billy Napier left some extra time after the game to have a few more get-togethers practice-wise, as far as what they're allotted. Real quick, 2013, this was disastrous. Luke Jokel, number 2 pick overall, first-round selection for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Second-round pick, Jonathan Cyprien. Third-round pick, Dwayne Gratz. Fourth-round pick, Ace Sanders. Fifth-round, Denard Robinson. Sixth, Josh Evans, who's still in Jacksonville, good player of Florida, but was hoisted into a starter's role because of just what they didn't have before this football
that
team.
That draft is horrific.
Then you had Jeremy Harris, and you had Demetrius McCray.
That draft is horrific.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst in the franchise history, actually.
there's others that rival it. Believe it or not, there's others that rival it.
That's hard to believe.
How is that possible?
That's impossible.
Oh, you could go back. Believe me.
That's an utterly horrific draft.
It's not a good one. Again, like we said, if you want to pile on, I like Dave Caldwell personally, but if you want to pile on Trent Baalke for the time that he's been here, just go back and take a look from 13 to 19, or actually 13 to 20. Pretty long run of some pretty average to below average drafts.
Joe, you could throw darts at a draft board and come up with a better draft than that.
Well, again, I always tell the story. I go back to 2020, and as the story's told, that and Dave basically said this himself, that he was salivating over 3 or 4 guys that he wanted in this draft, and it was C.J. Henderson, Caleb Von Chason, and Visca Chenault.
He wanted all 3 of them.
Yeah, and he got them. And how'd that work out?
I was on the Visca Chenault too, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you like Visca, but I expected more than obviously what we got that year, and they had already unraveled the money bags and gave them to Nick Foles to come in here. We all know that didn't work out, and it just became a disastrous situation. And then 20 was the tank at time, and they ended up just saying, good riddance. We're moving on. We're going to get to the top of the draft, and the rest is history. We're history right now. We get ready for the Frangie Show. I'm going to keep an eye on this leaderboard. Tiger Woods is about 3 or 4 minutes away from striking his first tee shot. Bryson DeChambeau at the top of the dang leaderboard. He has moved it to 6 under with another birdie at 16. All right, we are done. We'll talk to you at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, and RJ. You got the Frangie Show coming up next.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealers Studios with XL Primetime.